Hello everyone, my name is Mohit and today we are going to learn about something new in our cosmos. Now today's topic is what is God particle? We have already observed that everything came into existence after Big Bang theory and most of the unknown answers have been found from that. But there are still some questions unanswered, which regularly puzzled our scientists. And in this video, one of the most important question is, what is God particle? So in this video, we are going to cover what does it mean by the God particle and does it have any importance in our existence?
If this exists, as we seem to be getting closer to understanding it does, what would that do? What would that mean?
It may mean we'd be able to unlock limitless energy. Let me just put it that way. It may be that we would understand the next secret of the universe, that we would know, we'd be another step closer to knowing where we came from. We'd be another step closer to understanding the universe itself, which is ultimately quite a mystery to us.
Talking about this God particle was discovered in the year of 2012 at CERN, which is the European Organization for Nuclear Research. It is also one of the world's largest laboratory for particle physics. You must have heard of the name Large Hadron Collider, which is situated near Geneva. In this lab, they tried colliding differently charged particles, photons, neutrons, and electrons, at the 99.9% speed of light to recreate and resolve the unknown mysteries of our universe. In that experiment, they have observed huge energy release and ultimately they found the Higgs particle, which was named after Peter Higgs. Now, before we try to understand what is this Higgs particle or God particle, we have to understand some basics here, which is what is a mass and what is weight. Now, what is a mass? The mass has many definitions around the world, but to understand this in simple language, then we can say that mass is how much matter or stuff present in an object. Now, stuff is not that technical language. That is why scientists prefer matter, which is made up of atoms. Now, suppose if you could count up the number of atoms in an object, which you probably can't, then that would be the measure of that mass. Talking about the weight, we all know what weight is. Now, to understand this, we must understand how we calculate the weight. For that, there is a huge contribution of gravity interacting with that object. As you already know, if you weigh 80 kgs on Earth, then you will probably weigh around 20 kgs as compared to the moon. Because the higher the gravity force interacting with your matter or the atoms, the higher your weight will become. That simply means a trip to space might be a quick way to lose weight, but losing mass is another matter. Now, going back to our theory, which is Higgs Boson theory. Now, this theory states that there is another small particle called as Higgs particle present in our universe, and it gives mass to mostly every other particle. How does it do that? Now, Higgs particles are present in the Higgs field, just like we have an electromagnetic field and as well as gravitational field around the universe. We cannot see those fields, but we can measure those fields. So whichever particle in this universe interacts with this field, they get their mass. For an example, if you throw a metal nail in the water, it will be sunk quickly. On the other hand, if you throw a metal cube-shaped object, it will take longer time than that, because that nail is experiencing low resistance from water, unlike cube. Thus, the longer the particle stays in the field, the heavier it becomes, and therefore that particle gets their mass added. Now the question is, how does it help us? Let's go back to 13.6 billion years ago, when the universe came into existence and all the particles were just randomly dispersed throughout the universe. At that time, whichever particle went through this Higgs field gets their mass. And once the particle got their mass added, then gravity starts interacting with them. Later on, when the gravity started interacting with them, then those particles got attracted to each other and collided to make some atoms and further into the matter. When this process continued to go on for billions of years, then our stars, planets, and other galaxies were born. Thus, in simple terms, we can say that Higgs particle gave mass to most of the particle, and therefore it is considered as a backbone in the formation of our universe. And I guess that is why it is widely called as the God particle. Our famous physicist, Mr. Stephen Hawking, also stated that it is highly possible that at some point of time, due to overcharged particles flowing through the Higgs field, will make this God particle unstable, and therefore everything would go back to a singularity again. But that is too far in the future, and hopefully that probability should be low. So that was my view of understanding this Higgs boson particle, or commonly known as the God particle. I hope you have liked the video, and if yes, then please subscribe the channel and hit the like button for more videos regarding our cosmos.